Hi guys, welcome back to Wanderer's Footsteps. I was so anxious to publish this video today because in this video I'll be talking about one of the best trips I have ever had to Italy, which was with my amazing sisters to Sorrento back in 2019. So we visited Sorrento, Amalfi, Ravello, Positano, and also Napoli. I'll be talking about all this amazing trip in this video. I can tell you straight ahead that it was one of the best trips I have ever taken, and I'm sure that after you watch this video, you will be eager to plan a similar trip. So make sure you watch it till the end, and please do not forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos. So first of all, what was our main planning? Well, here it is. It's basically my work of art. For me, it was very clear. My sisters did not like it a lot, but it's okay. So the idea was that we meet in Bordeaux, take a plane to Napoli, and from there head to Sorrento, the city that we chose as a base. From Sorrento, we can visit every day a different area such as Amalfi, Ravello, Positano, and also Napoli. So why did we choose Sorrento as a base? Mainly it was because it's close to all these regions. It's kind of in the center, and from Sorrento there are many buses that can take you to whichever nearby city you want to visit. So now that we got that out of the way, let's move to our trip. Day 1, Sorrento. When we landed in Napoli, we took the bus straight from the airport to Sorrento. And if I remember right, the trip took about 1 hour or 1 hour and a half and cost about 10 euros per person. We arrived there in the afternoon and decided to spend the rest of Sunday and Monday exploring this city before we move on to the nearby cities. We checked in at Hotel Tirrenia, which I highly recommend. The staff was so nice and helpful, the rooms were clean, and the breakfast buffet was just perfect. Most importantly, it was close to Corso Italia, which is like the main street of Sorrento. So whenever you wanna take a hotel in Sorrento, I highly recommend that it is close to Corso Italia. And this is where our visit began. I can tell you, we were astonished by all that the city had to offer. Sorrento is a very small city and should be visited on foot. Its small streets are just marvelous. Make sure to go there and get lost between the endless shops. Forget about the map. Just blend in the city. Go inside the shops. Talk with locals. And that's what we did. It was so amazing. We found lots of restaurants full of Italians and tourists, in addition to clothes and accessories shops, and most importantly, limoncello, which is a kind of lemonade that you will find practically everywhere, in every corner of Sorrento. So make sure to grab one while walking around. This small city has lots of beautiful surprises, and we made sure to make the most out of them. We witnessed one of the most amazing and beautiful sunsets from the Sorrento terrace, with a view towards the sea, with Napoli and Vesuvius volcano just in front of us. We used to go every night to enjoy the view, and after that we used to wander in the streets just to enjoy the city, and then we would go to a bar or a pub to have a drink. Sorrento has many nice bars where you can have some really nice drinks and also enjoy some good music. One night we went to the terrace of the Hotel Tirrenia where we were staying, and there was a concert where there were people singing some beautiful old Italian songs. The atmosphere was so beautiful, the sun was setting behind us, and we also met this amazing couple from the UK who were celebrating their 50 years marriage anniversary in Sorrento. In addition to all this, it is imperative to visit Marina Grande and Marina Piccola. However, do not confuse them. Basically, Marina Grande is the small one and Marina Piccola is the big one, even though I have no idea why they were named like this. From our hotel, from Tirrenia Hotel, we walked about 25 minutes and arrived to this poetic, amazing place. A small beach with some boats surrounded by buildings, with Italian people on the balconies having their coffee, discussing, or just enjoying the view. It is really a must-see. The list can go on and on. Marina Piccola, Church of St. Francesco, Vallone dei Mulini, and so many other beautiful gems waiting to be discovered. Just walk around and be amazed by all the things Sorrento will offer you. We ate delicious food in beautiful restaurants. We went for a swim at Sorrento Beach, and by the way, while at the beach you will discover that there are sections that are public and others that are private, where you have to pay to enter. So it's up to you to choose where do you want to go for a swim. The most important idea for me is really to just enjoy being there, walk around the streets at night with a box of churros or a limoncello, and you're good to go. On our third day in Sorrento, we decided it's finally time to visit Amalfi and Ravello. So we headed to the central bus station of Sorrento, where we found out that there are buses that leave every 30 minutes and stop at Positano and Amalfi. Needless to say that the trip was amazing. It took us about 1 hour and a half to reach Amalfi, and we passed by some breathtaking natural scenes. On arrival to Amalfi, we chose to visit Ravello. So from there, we took a bus that got us to Ravello in about 30 minutes. Ravello is a place that connects the mountains and the sea. From there, you will find extraordinary sceneries and natural landscapes. Go for a walk through the beautiful villas, the small shops, surrounded by nature and sea. It is really priceless. In the afternoon, we came back to Amalfi and went for a swim. The beach was crowded, but it was worth it. At sunset, we began wandering around the city, just like Sorrento. It is a must to wander around Amalfi. The streets were full of locals and tourists. I found it very charming to be walking between shops and restaurants while locals looked at us from their balconies and windows. It is a place where you can really feel the Italian way of living. It is also important to visit the huge cathedral that surrounds the main piazza of Amalfi. Walk up the stairs and enjoy the view. For dinner, we chose to eat at a restaurant called Il Chiostro, just next to the big cathedral. We enjoyed their salads and pizza, their great service, and also very reasonable prices. After dinner, it was time for us to go back to Sorrento, so we took a bus at around 10 p.m. and we were back at the hotel at around 11:30 p.m. On our fourth day in Sorrento, we decided to visit Positano. It was possible for us to visit Positano the same day as Amalfi and Ravello. However, we wanted to take our time and make the most out of every destination. So again, here we were at the central station, taking the bus to Positano, and an hour later, we arrived there. The bus dropped us on the main road, from which we had a magnificent view towards the colored streets going down all the way to the beach. Along with other tourists, we began our descent. The streets are amazingly beautiful. There are some that are empty and others filled with touristic shops. Anywhere you go, you can have a beautiful view of the amazing beach. As it was very hot that day, we went directly for a swim. Positano Beach is divided into many parts. There is a public area that is completely free, the private area where you should pay for the chairs you rent, and there is also the part dedicated for the boat excursions, where only people going on boat tours are allowed. So we spent many hours swimming, enjoying the incredible views and beautiful sun. We wandered in the streets, visited the shops, and bought many souvenirs. At the end of the day, it was time for us to get back to Sorrento. So we went back to the main road where we took the bus back to our hotel. However, it is very important to know that the buses going from Positano to Sorrento are the ones that come from Amalfi. So you have to consider that when they arrive to Positano, they will already be full, and this is what happened with us. We were waiting with a group of people, and when the bus arrived, there were practically no seats left, and many people were standing. There was place for only 3 people, and we were lucky enough to get on that bus, even though we were standing or sitting next to the doors the whole duration of the trip. Otherwise, we would have had to wait for 30 minutes for another bus to come. So, on our last day in Sorrento, we were ready to visit what is called the jewel of the Italian coast, Capri. We headed to Marina Piccola, and from there bought tickets for a boat that took us in a 30 minutes ride to the island. On arrival, we booked a boat tour all around the island with explanations on its history and most important parts. The boat tour is a must to discover all of Capri, as it is a huge island. The tour lasted around 1 hour, and it was a very beautiful sunny day. During the tour, we were supposed to visit the Blue Grotto. However, we were told that the wait is very long because of the big number of boats and tourists, and that we can come back later in the afternoon if we wish. Upon our return to the port, we took a cable car that took us to the mountains where you have the best view of the sea. From there, we wandered in the streets of the island, discovering its beauty. We visited old monasteries and amazing gardens with breathtaking views and sceneries. Capri Island is a very good place to visit, however, you should be aware that it can be relatively expensive. On our return to Sorrento, and as it was our last night there, we decided to make the most out of it. We went for a drink in the most amazing Chaplin's Irish bar in Corso Italia. They offer a large variety of drinks with good prices and a really nice atmosphere. It's a must visit whenever you are in Sorrento. And then, after wandering in the streets for the last time, we went back to the hotel, packed our bags, and were ready to go to Napoli the next day. On Friday morning, it was time for us to go to Napoli. So we took a train from Sorrento Central Station and we headed to Napoli, where we were going to stay for 2 days. Napoli is different. It's charming in its own way. As we were exhausted after the 5 days we spent in Sorrento, I'm gonna be honest with you, we were not able to visit everything we wanted to see. However, we discovered some very popular markets with products at cheap prices. We wandered in the small streets that are so close to each other. The people in Napoli are so friendly and helpful. The doors and windows are most of the time just open, and it's something that you don't see in many European cities. Logically, we had the amazing pizza while we were there, and also made sure to visit Pompeii, the ancient city that was destroyed by a volcano around 2000 years ago. I can tell you, we enjoyed our stay in Napoli. However, I cannot say that we made the most out of it because of how tired we were. So we chose to stay at the hotel many times, just playing games and enjoying the time together. On Sunday morning, we took a train from Napoli to Rome, which was our last stop during this trip. We had been in Rome before. This time we only had few hours to spend there. We walked around the streets, visited the Colosseum, and finished the day in a market that we found next to the river, where we had some drinks, remembering all the amazing moments we shared during this trip. The next morning, my sisters took the plane back to Lebanon, and I headed back to Bordeaux. All of us filled with amazing memories from this beautiful trip. It is not the destination that matters, but the journey and the people you share it with. The Italian coast has been marvelous. The Italian people, as always, were beautiful, and the sceneries were breathtaking. We laughed, we had fun, enjoyed each other's company, and did many crazy stuff that are, well, not really mentioned in this video. And moreover, we shared amazing moments together that made our trip a one to remember. I really hope you enjoyed the video and hope it encourages you to visit the Italian coast. Please do not forget to like and to subscribe, and I'll be seeing you next time.